Welcome. These voices are a little bit on the raspier side, not as beautiful and sweet as Janelle from the HR.
Of course, the internet very loud.
She's not on today's episode. She's out on the field doing some field work, not like a slave, just out here doing field work. No.
This is exactly the reason why MVP don't like you.
Why we gotta talk about? So we gonna start the show with that? We starting the show with that? We had a great weekend. Battle Club Pro in the building.
Yes,
I went up against Simon Miller. We had a weigh-in on Friday.
Shout out to Big Time Yaya winning the big one. Of course, Mrblacc referee. All right, Jobbertears South with the W.
It's with the W. Ooh, blur. Cody Wayne, remember I called him Cody Wayne in the building. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back for episode 251. Damn. 251. We got our engineer Suki in the building. Dreadhead, long hair, don't care. Take your bitch and make a sandwich.
He be like this.
He be like, who? Yeah, and he tall too, so you know he getting your girl.
He dark skinned.
He dark skinned.
And he funny.
And he funny. So he's dark skinned, long hair. He tall.
Nice skin too.
And funny, and he's nice, and he has manners. He's taking all our women. But anyways, because my brother wanted to rudely bring this up, so we're gonna start the show off with the ever-continuing saga of my fake beef with Shelton Benjamin. So, for people who are not aware, a couple episodes ago, it was our hate list episode. It came out. I said I hated Shelton Benjamin, but it wasn't I hated the man Shelton Benjamin. It isn't like I hated the man, the father, the brother, the cousin, the person who picks up his check every month from WWE. I hated the wrestler. And it wasn't because I thought he was a bad wrestler. It's because I wanted more for Shelton Benjamin. So the clip went mini viral.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vaughn.
Vaughn gang.
Vaughn in the building. The clip went mini viral. And I didn't think nothing of it. Thank you, Vaughn, for congratulations. And I'm continuing my days working on these mean streets out here. I ain't no coke man, but I'm out here on these streets. So we continue on. Weeks go by. I wake up one morning.
Got to the audience what time you wake up.
3:45 in the morning sometimes. But usually it's like 3 a.m. I wake up in the morning. I wake up, wipe the crust on my eyes, and I look at my phone. Who the hell is this? Hitting on my Instagram at 3-something in the morning, the crack of dawning.
Dropping the coals
out my eyes. It was Shelton Benjamin from the former Hurt Business. So,
go ahead.
Young Shelty.
Lee,
and for people, I'm continuing the story because we heard that on a couple episodes ago.
Right,
Young Shelty left a comment. He left a very snarky comment, to say the least. Backhanded compliment, because he's a smart guy.
Highly intelligent.
Highly intelligent brother. And he left a comment. But I understand that Shelton Benjamin works for the machine.
The machine don't sound like that. Like a they gotta go.
Listen, shut up. I'm trying to tell this story. Fucking it up.
You can sound like a transformer.
No, nigga. I'm sorry, we can't say that word. My bad. I owe you $1. I'll cash app you $1. So, anyways, so the machine, he works for the machine, so he deleted the comment off the page from underneath the post. I continue my days working every night and day. What's up, Gene? What up, Andre?
Do you want more?
So I continue my days on, and then I get a boop, 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 notification. Somebody has commented on your Jobbertears post. I go, oh, maybe it's one of our newer posts. No, it wasn't. It was the Shelton Benjamin post. Mia Yim commented on it. But Mia Yim is, a black woman. One of her parents is black. She got a little also Asian. But she hit me with the black person.
Say less.
No, she said bet. And we all know what bet means.
No matter what part of the region you are from,
wherever you from in America,
yeah,
bet ain't something nice most of the time. It means it's on site. Bet is say less. Bet is, all right. Oh, that's how we moving? Okay, I got you when I see you. Bet is, okay, I got something for you. Bet is when you outside with your mama and you a kid and you acting up and your mom's looks at you and gives you that look. Because when you get home, your ass is grass. We already know what that look is, what bet means. So I said, I ain't gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen that are listening, that are watching. I was shaking in my boots. Because where is she gonna go with this? Yeah. In my opinion, I thought I ruined the relationship between Mia Yim and Battle Club Pro. I thought Janelle from the HR and Joakim were asked out. Whatever booking Mia Yim and she decides to leave WWE.
Like Prince ass out.
Prince ass out. Cheeks ass out. Chickling. Bet is like as you come out the crib, I'm going to be right by your side. Jada Kiss. Shout out to G for this one. I'm about to call him Jean because I'm Haitian. Jean. But anyways, we move forward. Weeks have gone by. Weeks. And then, once again, 3 o'clock in the morning, the crack of dawn, and wiping the crust out my eyes, I get another notification.
Don't read it.
I'm just like, yo, what's going on here? Who just notified me? It's telling me that somebody has commented on a post.
It's still there.
And the OG commented.
Mr. 305.
Mr. 305 MVP commented on the post. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got a straight up.
It's on site message.
Basically, it's on site. I got a verbal lashing from the OG MVP 305. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read to you what was said because we family out here. We the nation. We Jobber Nation.
And it's public.
And you can go on the post and see it. Now, before I get started, MVP wasn't wrong. MVP wasn't wrong at all because he's his brother's keeper.
Yeah, right.
Because he's going to take care of his brother. So if somebody comes at Mr. or Janelle from the HR, I'm going to step into and say something. So I'm going to read it to you guys because this is a public comment. From the pages and the thumbs of MVP. This is some of the most ignorant shit I have ever heard.
Ignorant.
I am generally shocked at the stupidity of this rant. This dude said he wants the best for all his people, but hates Shelton Benjamin? A man whose career didn't live up to his expectations? A man whose career trajectory was decided by the higher-ups and completely beyond his control. A man whose 20 years is still making a living in the wrestling industry. And I add, a man who has made more money doing what he loves than this idiot will in his entire life. What the fuck is wrong with him? He put WTF. He didn't curse. I am genuinely bewildered by this inconceivable level of idiocracy. I think this dude needs to see a therapist. I am serious. If he expands this much emotional energy hating, he put hating in all capital letters with quotations.
So that takes extra work.
It takes extra work.
Yeah, because you got to hold it.
One of the nicest and decorated men of color in the history of WWE, he needs professional help.
Okay.
So, now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls who are listening, I saw this. I ain't gonna lie. I said, what the fuck? what? I owe you $2. I just cursed again. I said, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. One more time. Damn. So I was like, what do I do? Do I ignore this? Because at the end of the day, that rant that I have I was on my double entendre shit. My hate was love. My hate was all about I want better for you, but it came off the wrong way.
Right.
And then they took it that it was hate towards him as the person.
Mm-hmm.
And it was never that.
Yeah.
So I slid into MVP's DMs, ladies and gentlemen. I slid up in it like a slide. The electric slide. We got to keep it black right now. I slid into the DMs like a little kid who know he made a mistake and had to go talk to the OG. So I hit him. I said, hi there. And I'm not going to repeat what was said in the DMs.
Right.
Because that's a private conversation. But I got another verbal lashing from MVP. And I expressed my point of view on the situation. And he said, I see where you're coming from. And I think, and it's going to go into our Battle Club conversation, is I'll be forgetting that Jobbertears is a solid platform.
Right.
And sometimes I got to make sure I say things a certain way.
Okay, so let's discuss that. This is how I view it. It's a sense of, I think the problem is we get grouped in with everyone else.
I think, so.
Hold on. I know we get grouped with everyone else because they don't understand that a lot of us, they don't know our pedigree, they don't know how we talk and how we separate the business from personal life. Because not one time we attacked Shelton Benjamin, the man. Not one time we attacked Vince McMahon as the man, Triple H, et cetera, et cetera. We always came at them what they do on screen because it's out there for the public.
Of course. But this is what I learned from the MVP situation.
Okay.
Perception is reality. Even if it's just an image, even if it's just the wording I said.
Okay.
Even though my intentions were never that, perception is reality. And I talk with so much passion and New York Haitian
Right.
that it comes off the wrong way.
It does.
And I never meant anything disrespectful to Shelton Benjamin.
You didn't.
But I also understand
the power that you have. You got to be careful what you say.
Yeah, but I also understand where MVP was coming from and why Shelton felt the type of way. Because when you see the clip,
right?
Even if you just read the headline, it says, Sir Wilkins hates Shelton Benjamin. And that's my brother's fault, by the way, guys.
What? I asked you what to put. You said put that.
You should have told me no.
Listen, we're podcasting here.
You should have told me no when Shelton said nah. When Shelton, I said, put Sir Wilkins hates Shelton Benjamin.
We're just podcasting here, gentlemen.
We were potted. But that's what it is. So to close it out real quick, I got no beef with Shelton Benjamin.
No.
I don't hate Shelton Benjamin.
Okay.
My critique is to the character that Shelton Benjamin plays on TV. It's never towards him as a man. Now, I did DM Shelton Benjamin, and rightfully so, he's looked at and ignored me. Rightfully so.
But at least you know that how that you reached out. You did your part.
I reached out to Shelton Benjamin, and I for the most part, I apologized. Like, yo, my bad. It wasn't my intention to disrespect you.
That's it. That's the only thing you could do. Because
out of respect for him, out of respect to all the black wrestlers that I've wrestled, I had to reach out to him. So there was no hate towards each other.
So let's have this conversation. What is the proper way to critique a black wrestler then? Because before you answer that, because I feel like even outside of it is we can't critique. Oh, you can't say that because you put in two.
No,
people.
No. I don't mean to cut you off. My apologies. I said hate. Hate's a strong word. See what I did there, guys? Because he was about to go off. He was about to shoot the ratchet out. And I said, oh, put the gun down. put the gun down.
So-
It's not. But we all raised. It's not what you say. It's how you say it.
That's how you say, yeah. And between the two of us, we always got in trouble through our whole life because we talk with a lot of passion.
Yeah, cause we some real ninjas out here.
Real ninjas, B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know the vibes.
Pretty much.
So that was it. So once again, Shelton Benjamin. I'm looking at the camera right now. Shelton Benjamin, I ain't got no beef with you. I understand why MVP came at me because that's your brother. I understand why me and Yim came at me because that's your sister. My intention is never to disrespect you. I got love for you, dogs. And you're probably going to ignore this. You're probably going to think I'm a sucker. But it's okay. It's okay for you to feel the way you felt. Because this is your art. This is your life. So when somebody talks about it, you're going to feel a type of way. But once again, I ain't got no beef with you, dogs. It's all love here. I just want the best for you. I wish you were bigger. But we good here. And I hope for you good on the other side. So we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Next subject, Battle Club Pro. Simon Miller versus Sir Wilkins. So we're gonna break kayfabe right now. I had a good ass time.
Yo, we went back-to-back W's. That's Saturday. We back-to-back W's, B.
Back-to-back W.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back. We got
So
back-to-back.
how did it feel when you ran out there?
Dogs. It's like, a lot of people probably don't know War Machine Wilkes. I like that nickname. War Machine Wilkes. But honestly, it felt like we was kids again. And like, it felt like that we was playing in the backyard. Because we watched a ton of wrestling. We played a ton of video games. We saw a ton of matches. And like,
We wrestled in Legends.
yeah, come on, V. Come on. So it's just like, it all just came back full circle. You understand? And each time we do something together, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, you hearing all the kids. Yo, shout out to the wrestling club. Shout out to Mr. Perry with the fly outfits, B. Fly Guy Perry, B. New nickname alert, Fly Guy Perry. If you know Mr. Perry, you know the wrestling club, let me get a year out there. We fuck with them hard. But it just felt realistic, B. It just felt like full circle. And to me, it felt great. It's just like, yo, these are kids who look like us. We're doing this. Imagine when they reach our age, how far can it take this?
And so I hated the match and I loved the match.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a technical masterpiece that I thought it was.
Everyone loved it.
You know what's crazy? You know when we talk about being entertained, and we know too much about wrestling. That's the problem. At our point of life right now, where we're at, where Janelle's at, where you are at, where I'm at, as a podcast, we know too much.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a point where the enjoyment is somewhat sucked out of it.
Because I didn't watch it.
Huh?
I didn't watch it. I don't watch the matches that I ref. I don't watch that crap back. I don't, not crap, but I never watch them back because it's hard to watch it back because I critique it too much.
Yeah, we critique everything.
Yeah.
So shout out to Yaya, shout out to Nick Shin after I threw him down on the floor. He came to the back, shout out to Faye Jackson. They was like, that shit was trash. Nigga. Oh, another $1. They was like, that shit was trash.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
but they all workers though.
but that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then our mother
Yeah.
watched the match like 6 times.
Yeah.
Excited every time she watched because she recorded it.
Did she show anybody yet?
Huh?
Who did
She showed people her job and everything. I was like, why are you showing this?
What did she say?
She's like, this is great. Our sister was just like, yo, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Yo, mad videos. You saw her stand up. Yo, yeah.
Like on the edge of my seat the entire time. But
It was very entertaining.
But that's the crazy part about it.
Yeah.
How wrestling has gone, granted, that's the bare basics. It wasn't that great, but wrestling has gone so far away from basic stuff to super high flying stuff because now people are super athletic. Like, look at the NBA. The NBA is a good example of where we athleticism with this new.
Look at the Nemesis match. That's their dad's battle club equivalent to the cruiserweight title, right?
Yeah.
My home, you know Harvey, right?
Yeah.
Harvey went there, right? He said, "Yo, they was doing backflips, all that. I couldn't believe none of this. It was amazing, son."
Yeah, because the level of athleticism that wrestlers have now is out of this world.
And from many different shapes.
Like, the fact that Yaya can jump over the rope the way he does, can do that dive the way he does is amazing. We're in a different era of wrestling.
Right.
And so, but I almost cried. I've said this on other podcasts, but I'll say it here. I literally almost cried in the ring.
Yeah, we all did, yeah.
I was dead ass. I couldn't cry because I got to be the tough guy right now. But I almost cried in the ring. I had a moment where I was like, yo, damn.
We did this.
It was like we all are part of this. People are chanting out Jobbertears.
Yeah.
People are saying all is well. People I know who don't even watch wrestling came out for that.
Yeah.
And I want to give a special shout out to Simon too. Like, that dude, first of all, he's a vet. I didn't know he was this much of a vet.
Yeah.
300 matches are under his belt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Simon is like, a lot of people don't understand, like, how he's in on screen is how he really is in
Yeah,
real
he's
life.
like the nicest person ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those people like, you deserve all the success that you get.
And you could tell that he did a lot of work within himself.
Yeah, like,
he done the work.
Yeah, but it's like, there's like a good amount of people I can say like, yo, any success that you get, you deserve it because you're such a nice person.
He's very nice. He's very humble.
Humble as hell.
Yeah.
So, little backstage shit. I told us on his other podcast, we're about to go out.
Yeah.
And I tell him, I was like, yo, the crowd's going to be 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, it's not. This is your hometown. I said, nah, it's going to be 50-50. It's all going to be you. Mm-hmm. Or it's going to be me, like half and half. They might not even cheer for me. He said, no. He said, no, brother. This is going to be all you. It was all me. It was all us.
Yeah. Man, it's just like, shout out to Joe Kim.
Shout out to Joe Kim.
Like,
shout out to everybody at Battle Club Pro. Shout out to the students at Fallout Shelter who helped out.
Shout out to everybody. Like, one thing I gotta say is just like a lot of people don't understand. Like, the one thing that doing this podcast helped me understand is the concept of you can't do this alone.
You can't.
Social media will teach you that, oh, I'm self-made, this, that, or third. There's no such thing as self-made. Let me explain to you. We are interdependent on each other. Coming from New York, if nobody goes to continent today, we won't have energy. If nobody go to the sanitation, nobody will have clean streets. If nobody goes to the gas station, nobody will have gas. Mm-hmm. You see how we with that, how much we need each other?
Of course.
And then the biggest life lesson I learned is when it comes to this life is what you put out is what you put inside of you.
Yeah.
And you are the master. Yo, you are the master of you.
Yeah.
When you saw Logan Paul, listen to this wild scenario. You only hear this in movies and video games. I'm famous off the internet. I'm fighting a wrestler in Saudi Arabia in the main event for 2 titles. Don't that sound like a movie plot?
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
And don't that told you that right now? Like, so what's the difference between us and Logan Paul and everyone else with groups? Nothing.
We did it, and it's something that I'm super proud of what we did.
Exactly.
So speaking of groups, let's talk about the Bloodline being the greatest faction of all time. I've said this numerous times. Y'all need to just accept this. This storyline, this faction is the greatest faction of all time.
Well, a lot of people said that you were just saying this because you're part of the moment.
But the thing about it, it hasn't proven me wrong.
With you, right?
Has it proved? No. Everybody's saying the bloodline is great, and we have to see it play out. Bro, it's been 2 years.
Like I said last episode, it survived different eras of the company.
It's been 2 years.
And it evolves over years. Literally, it was just, listen to this. It was just Roman, Paul Heyman, going against his cousin. For how many pay-per-views? That made events at pay-per-views. Mind you, it wasn't that you get the instant reaction that we have right now. There was no live crowds. So basically, they was just say, yo, if we do good, we do good. If we don't, you don't. Don't forget that. And they were still getting reactions when the crowd comes back. This man fought Brock Lesnar 1,000,001 times during the bloodline. And each time he went out, it was amazing. Like, come on, dogs. Like, you cannot, everything, you're right. This is one of the greatest storylines. Because I can even look at DX storylines. A lot of them was not that great compared to the bloodline storylines. NWO storyline, they didn't have a lot of great storylines either.
But I think the biggest thing is not the storylines. It's the fact that it's one storyline. And it's interwoven consistently with the thing. Because, the Wolfpack had this storyline, then they kind of break up. Then they had, like, Hogan versus somebody else. And then they had something else over here. Blah, 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 blah. And then they had this and this and had this. Everybody's involved. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's involved in the storylines with the bloodline. Like, it's legit a family thing with Sammy.
But a lot of people said that some people disagree that Sammy should never join the bloodline.
But that's what... That makes no sense.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think adding Sammy added more life to the storyline?
Yes. Because it goes back to what I said earlier. This is an outsider who's become family. Can you trust them? Because most of the time we can deal with family.
Yeah.
But who's going to turn our backs on them?
Yeah.
Adding Sammy was the most masterful shit I've seen. I owe you another $1 because I cursed again. It's the most masterful stuff that we've seen. This is masterpiece theater at its finest. That segment was fire.
It was.
Like, it was everything we wanted.
Yo, Sammy about to took that. He's like, yo, if I get shot, I get shot. He went, and you saw Jay Grock. Ooh, no. And you saw,
Jay, I saw there was like this meme going around. Jay for supporting cast.
Come on.
For supporting actor.
Come on. Son.
It's listen, this is somebody said, Ralph said, Sammy's been cool with the Usos since NXT.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. Yeah. This is storyline on top of storyline. This is the best thing happening. Now, let's talk about, somebody put it here, somebody said Triple H hates women's wrestling.
You know what? Matter of fact, that's about the whole industry. Let's have an honest conversation. And I'm going off what they go off with the fan wants, right? Do you think the fans, who was mostly dominated by men, like women wrestling?
No.
Why?
But one of the biggest reasons why things have been going better is because they've had more women's matches.
Okay.
To give talented divas, women, chances to wrestle.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, it gives representation.
Okay.
I don't think so. To answer the question, I don't think Triple H hates women's wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just timing was off. Timing was off with the bloodline part, and that match, that steel cage match, shouldn't have been on Raw. That was a pay-per-view match, and the thing about it, I like the fact that they cut it short like that.
Yeah, because you didn't expect it.
We didn't expect it, and then we can have another match at Royal Rumble or even Mania.
Yeah. Or you could probably just push it to Elimination Chamber.
Even better. Even better.
You could literally have like Becky and her squad versus their squad one last time. Or hey, let me get some of these 4 horsewomen and 4 horsewomen to prove you guys wrong.
Exactly.
Think about it. Who's left? Charlotte. Dang, Sasha left.
Listen, they have enough talent on that roster to pull something off. I like what because this is the first time,
and they could put Bianca in there.
This is the first time Damage Control look cool to me.
Thank you.
First time in a while,
They look like
Damage Control. Because of the circumstances, and they had to like cut the show, cut that part short. It made Damage Control look better. Because it made them look like a bunch of scumbags and a dominating. Okay. Damage Control. Let me rephrase that. Because that segment was cut short, they made Damage Control look dominating. Like a real heel faction.
But what's wrong with the word scumbag?
I just wanted to say it this way.
Oh.
But like I said, they like that segment being cut short, Damage Control looked like they're about to take over the place. And they looked scary.
They look scary. They look angry. They look like very rebellious.
They look believable.
So it did fit the theme of Raw 30. It did. So I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. That segment getting cut short did more good for Damage Control. Did more good. That segment getting cut short did more good for Damage Control than it did bad for it.
Yes, because now you're like, what's going to happen next?
Exactly.
Now, with women not being shouted out, I can see that.
Okay.
Not enough women being talked about on the show.
Okay.
And listen, I'm not a woman, so I didn't see the flaws in it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the biggest women's wrestling fan ever. I thought it was not. They should have shown more, but it seemed like the bells were even tight about it because they weren't talked about. But then you also got to understand when it comes to this stuff.
Hold on.
When it comes to this stuff, half the time, if you're not with the company anymore, they don't mess with you no more. That's the thing. That's the thing about this.
Thank you.
Triple H cut that instead of that lame segment he had with DX. I didn't mind the segment with DX. I didn't mind it.
They could have cut it a little short.
They could have cut it shorter, but
my elbows are ashy. Damn.
But you know your elbows are ashy. Dang. For people who are watching, his elbows are ashy. But it wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't. Because y'all liked it. Y'all talked about it. Everything like that. But again, it's just, like you said, if you look at the nuance from it, instead of just being a creature of the moment, really step back, look at it, you want to see what's going to happen next. Because it wasn't like, they didn't do it in a bad way. It wasn't lame. They injured the girl and then went against the rules. And the commentary, well, oh my God, it's supposed to be no DQ, blah, blah, blah. But the bell never rang for the match to start.
Exactly.
That's the key detail right there. The match never started.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but it, like I said, it made them look stronger.
They stayed on top of the cage and everything like that. Boo! Take it away. You know what it is? To go back to what we said earlier. If you don't know, if somebody's just watching it just to watch it, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, what's gonna happen next?"
It left it on a cliffhanger. What's the next thing? Adam Pearce clipping the.
Come on, son.
That I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Exactly.
I liked it a lot. Royal Rumble this weekend. Janelle's gonna be covering on her Big 4 episode. Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to?
I mean, I have no expectation for it. I'm looking forward for the whole event. And you know why? I'm be very honest. I'm thinking about this for a while. And this might be the last time from here to WrestleMania that it's a WWE-owned WWE. Because you don't know what's going to happen next year. It might be owned by Disney. It might be owned by another company. So what we're seeing right now might be the last of pure WWE wrestling. So this is why I have no expectation for it, none of that. My only expectation is entertain me. So this is why when it came to more of the storylines, I'm not as nitpicky at it. You understand? I'm not like really just like critiquing so much. I understand that, yo, this man got to do the best way he can the few months he have.
Listen, I just need Cody, Lil Wayne X to win the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I just need, once again, Cody, Lil Wayne X to win the Royal Rumble.
This actually really does feel like NBA playoffs right now.
Say that. Well, why you say that?
Because when you think about it, every year we go to watch the NBA playoffs, right?
Yeah.
You may have, oh, Boston going to win this year, or this person's going to win this year. There's a lot of more certains, all right? There's so many different elements to it until it gets last down to the last two teams. Like, oh, who going to last two? First time WWE in a while, this feel like the playoffs. You have so many different people, so many expectations. Of course, you have the favorite, but then you're like, nah, Seth could win it. Nah, Bobby couldn't win it. I could see Big E coming out. There's so many different variables of this to this. So it really feels like a playoffs. This Royal Rumble feels like the NBA playoffs. So many different variations, different favorites. Yeah, dark horses. Yeah.
Who's your dark horse to win?
My super dark, like, dang. Austin Theory. That's like the dark horse because I know he don't get his, but how much can more you get mad? Matter of fact, someone said this. A coworker said this to me. He said, "You know what would be cool if both Sammy and Cody wins, double elimination."
What if just Sammy wins?
Variables.
Oh, what if Kevin Owens wins?
Come on.
My dark horse is Kevin Owens.
The last could be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And then, come on. That's really going to push his loyalty. Everyone thinks, hey, Sami loyalty is going to be tested in that Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns match. What if it's not? What if it's tested? What if Roman said, I may pass this test. Your final test, the Royal Rumble. Come on.
It's once again, the bloodline is the greatest faction of all time.
This goes
bro.
back to what you said. It's integrated into every part of WWE.
Yo, it's the great. You have one of the biggest stars on there. Everybody's doing fire stuff. It's just been so unexpected. It's just been masterpiece theater, baby.
They're the Warriors.
It's a dynasty.
It's a dynasty because now you got these other little groups. You understand? The Brawling Brutes.
Yeah.
Dang, the Brawling Brutes failed. Let me see what Imperial could do against them. You understand? Ooh, the Hurt Bridges come back. Let me see the Hurt Bridges come back together and go against
Shout out to
them.
Hurt Bridges, shout out to MVP and Shelton Benjamin.
Yes. Shout out to them. You understand? You don't know. You don't know. Or Brock might come back for revenge. You know what? It might be the Bray Wyatt and his boys versus the Bloodline. You don't know.
Yeah, you really don't.
Because of them being so dominant, it forces you to watch it each and every week. Shout out to WWE. You know why? Shout out to them. Monday rewarded all of us from being a fan for that long. It gave us a pat on the back, like thank you. Because for everybody who watched, he was like, yep, I remember that. So, like I said earlier, these might be the last dying days of WWE wrestling owned by WWE.
That's true.
And how they dying now is very honorable.
So, let's talk a little bit about AEW Dynamite.
Okay.
That was an emotional episode.
It was.
And I want to give a special shout out to Tony Khan.
Who fought
to have Briscoe on television to wrestle for his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Jimmy was on there.
Not only that, but had a tribute to him.
Yeah, they had a whole tribute for it. It was sad.
Mm-hmm.
It was sad to see that because I was recording and I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it, so like seeing Mark on there wrestle for his brother, I said Jimmy the first time. My bad, guys. Like, seeing Mark wrestle for his brother meant a lot. Because I watched it after. I didn't watch it in the moment. And shout out to Tony Khan for getting Mark to be able to wrestle on there. Like, he had to really push back with Warner Brothers.
But my thing is this. Like I said before, like, it shouldn't be a pushback. Like, the whole community forgave them for comments he said long ago. Like, it wasn't common. He didn't touch no kids. He had a stellar record. It shouldn't have even been a fight for them in the first place.
But it is what it is at this point. We can't go back and change time. But, like, Jay Lethal's about to cry in the ring.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty about wrestling. Like, it's the emotion behind it. You know what I mean? It's the emotion behind it all. Like, damn. Like, we fought wars. And it was his birthday, too. And it was Jay's birthday.
Yeah.
That's what made it even more, like, crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about the show in general, outside of the Jay Briscoe tribute?
Oh, yeah, that don't count part of the show. It was good. And the one thing I always said is this, like, everybody try to separate wrestling for sports entertainment, but it's all intertwined.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Like, every second was good. Like, one thing I give them props is their camera work. I don't know. Again, shout out to that guy that they picked up from WWE that's supposed to be the next Kevin Dunn. I mean, what's his name? Kevin Dunn, right?
Yeah.
Next Kevin Dunn. This man had up the presentation. The cameras look great. The backstage segments are great. And it just feels like a better overall polished product. And the backstage was great. And from a storyline that kind of didn't have much legs, when you add the element to, like, yo, you could be a dad to them, but not us. Yeah. You supposed to be on the road with us, not with them. That was.
I'm loving that.
Come on, like, you made it funny, but then how the evolution of the storyline got better.
But that's the thing. Now they're working now.
Yo, yeah, we gotta give them props.
Acclaimed is over as hell.
They over.
Acclaimed is over as hell.
But the Guns, you gotta give them credit. One thing I give Guns credit is they got better on the mic. They was good in the ring, but I
think it's because they're listening to their father. They're listening to that veteran presence that's around them. So we're gonna end. This is a short episode this week because we gotta make way for the ladies in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for supporting the Jobbertears podcast.
3 years, right?
It's more than that. I think it's like 4.
Yeah, I was like 29, 28.
Yeah, so it's been solid 4 years, going on 5 years of us doing this. You guys really showed out this past weekend.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for supporting us on everything that all three of us do. And we truly do appreciate it. And we will be signing off. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You say a little something too.
I want to say, hashtag Black Excellence, hashtag we are out.
Got the hands in motion. If you go a rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes & Noble.